back to the Rich Eisen Show. You've seen her on the cover of Sports Illustrated. You've also seen her talking to a horse on DirecTV. But you are soon to see her essentially as the host of Project Runway Junior that is premiering tomorrow night on Lifetime at 9 p.m. Eastern and every Thursday after that. Hannah Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. Good to see you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am doing great. So you're the host of this show.
I am.
And this is a very popular show. Tim Gunn is involved with the original and with this one as well. So essentially it's 13 to 17-year-olds hoping for their big break before their 18th birthday is essentially what this show's about,
they're going to get a scholarship. Whoever wins gets a scholarship to FIDM in California and some money and lots of prizes. So it's a big deal for these guys.
Right. And I hosted a reality show once.
Oh,
Yeah, one time. That's it. I was one and done. The ratings weren't so good for The Great Escape. And I felt like, because it was, even though I normally do what I do for a living, where I look at a teleprompter and I'm standing there and I'm talking to a camera, it's a similar thing in that respect. But it was out of my element where they try to make me a little spooky. You know, I felt completely out of body just hosting something. I wonder what that was like for you to be standing in front of these kids and doing this.
I was so terrified.
Yeah?
I mean, but it was okay because they were terrified too. I remember getting up there the first day and I looked at them before we started rolling and I go, guys, I've never done this before. I'm really sorry. This is going to take a lot of takes. Be patient. But they were just as scared, I think, to be there. So it was a good match. So
what was the most intimidating thing about it? Doing that or having Tim Gunn watch you the whole time while you're doing your thing?
Well, of course, yes. I mean, Tim is amazing and you feel like you've got big shoes to sort of fill, even with the junior version, because I am essentially the Heidi Klum role in this show. So, of course, I was so nervous, and I had never hosted anything in my life. So I'm used to being sort of behind the camera and, well, not behind, what am I saying, behind the camera? No, I mean, used to being in front of the camera, but without having a voice. So I think it was just a different thing for me.
So what's that? Did you enjoy it? Did you come out of it like...
No, it was an awesome experience. I felt like I had a real job for the first time in my life.
No, wait a minute.
No, because I had a real schedule. And it involved not just getting pretty and going to a photo shoot. I had to be on. I mean, it wasn't like you can't just graze through the day like a zombie oftentimes when I'm getting off planes and going to a photo shoot. I mean, it's a real...
You gotta be on.
Yeah,
you gotta turn your brain on.
Yeah, and you're making important decisions. So
and react to what these kids are saying. What I imagine when you got a bunch of teenagers who are being... look, these aren't just your normal teenagers either. I mean, because clearly if they have a desire at age 13 or 14 to be a designer, they're probably ahead of the game. The number of 13, 14-year-olds that are decided what they want to do with their lives are very small to begin with. And I imagine these kids, you have no idea what they're coming back and saying at you when you have to be, quote-unquote, scripted with what you're saying, right? I mean,
it was a pretty just wild experience. I didn't know what to expect. And I also figured when I first was they came to me with the show, I was thinking, well, are they going to be designing for children their age? And they're not.
No, they're not.
These are women's wear, I mean, ready-to-wear Fashion Week pieces for adults. So it's kind of amazing to see their perspective because they're, still children. But you're going to be floored when you see what these kids can do. I mean, it was so impressed. And just a crew of characters. I mean,
I imagine
they're really cute.
I imagine so. I'm with Hannah Davis here, the host of Project Runway Junior Lifetime. Premieres tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So did you reach out to Heidi Klum and say, what can you tell me? Was she a mentor in this situation?
Yeah, well, I sort of shadowed her one day on set when she was filming Project Runway, and I was a guest judge. So I was able to just kind of see how things were, how things were on set before I got in there and did what she was doing. So it was nice to have that day to just see how it all went down.
Okay. So you have some judging experience, obviously, going into this. You've seen it from both ends of this.
But hosting, it's just like more responsibility because you play a judge, so you're there with the rest of the judges for their runway day, but then you're also there presenting challenges, so it's like double duty.
Tell me about it. You're talking to a host, and look at these guys who I've got to work with every single day here, and that's part of the reason why I'm sort of glad that you have some judging experience. Would you mind if they showed you what they're wearing right now?
Sure.
Did you could give... let's start with a Del Tufo get-up, come on over here. It's Mike Del Tufo. For the radio audience, he normally wears cargo shorts, but come on out of here, Mike Del Tufo. He's wearing his Rich Eisen show hat, a black sort of, what would they call it, polo shirt, and then very baggy blue jeans that he put on just for you today, Hannah.
I like those. That's a good casual look.
Okay.
It looks comfortable, which is always important. I'm all about comfort.
Okay. See, I see the type of judge that you are. You're being...
There's nobody more comfortable than us.
Okay.
You can see I'm not the hard one on this show. I mean, I'm
I wouldn't
definitely
be that one either,
not
though.
the...
I can't be
what
that.
What is it, the Michael Kors or...
Yeah, or the Simon Cowell. You can't...
No.
Right.
I'm a softie.
I am, too.
Until the end, I kind of get tough in the end.
Okay, good. So then we'll wait. We'll wait for the end. Then this will be good. Chris Law, get up now. This is a man he's got his wife is how many months pregnant is she?
6 months pregnant.
He's dressed like a man who doesn't care.
I gave up on life.
I don't even need to describe on what do you make of this, Hannah?
I like this. This is a little gray ensemble.
Right, a little dark.
Yeah, I like the hoodie. I'm all about a hoodie.
Shoes, little Quicksilver hoodie.
Yeah, those are some good sneaks.
Give the 360 right there.
Yeah.
360 look.
Doing your squats.
I don't know what these are.
Oh yeah, he's squatting all right. Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I
like a piece of meat.
I mean, this is good.
Yeah. Okay.
Good for
all
me.
right. Now this is Chris Brockman, who normally dresses hobo chic.
Not true.
Okay. And here we go.
Should I walk?
Here you go. He's doing a little runway here.
Okay, I think this is a little more tailored.
Yeah, he's never done that.
This is a more, I have an office job. On top.
That's a first for him.
Dress for the job you want.
Yeah.
He's untucked. What do you think of the untucked?
I like the untucked. It's casual.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
But maybe you need to like undo a button.
One more button?
Yeah.
That's what he's.
Well, because you've got the casual shoes. You have to, and it's very fitted and formal.
He's concerned because how do I put this? There's a sweater on underneath there. Yeah. If he untucks
I'm a man.
if he's got
I
the
gotcha. I gotcha. You haven't manscaped.
It's yeah.
I'm a man.
So,
I take the shirt off.
It's just every time he puts on a shirt, it's a layered look.
okay.
For him.
Gotcha.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
See where I'm going with that? Okay, so out of all three, just again, I mean, who would you judge as the Rich Eisen Show Project Runway winner?
Who would be voted off this episode?
Yeah, who would be voted off? That's a good one. Well done, Law. Who would be voted off?
Like I said, I watched Project Runway.
Mm-hmm. Hannah Davis.
I don't know.
Looking around.
I don't know. I think this is good. I can't decide.
It's okay.
You'll see on the show I'm not very good at getting rid of people.
It's okay.
So I usually cry as I'm telling them they have to go home. So I don't know if I can make this decision.
We're used to Del Tufo making people cry, so that's okay. Just go ahead. It's all right. No one's going to hold it against you at all. Who would you vote off? This will be fun. We'll use this for a long time. Who would you vote off? Del Tufo, Chris Law, who's given up, or Chris Brockman, who's trying too hard?
Maybe Chris
Don't
Brockman, who's trying too hard.
Wow. Talk about influencing the judge. That is terrible.
Just because he won't undo one more button.
Here, I'll do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Was that so tough to do the button?
No.
What's that so tough?
It wasn't that tough.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have a catchphrase? Do you go catchphrase yet?
He's gone. You have. The last time I saw you this white was when you put the clown makeup on. That's the last time.
That was not a good day.
No, it's not a good day for you.
It was not a good day.
Where were you shooting that DirecTV commercial? Was that an actual island that they
Okay,
put
I
you
was
on?
actually shooting in St. Thomas, where
Which
I'm
is
from.
That's your home town.
Yeah, it was perfect timing. It was around, I think, Christmas of last year, and I was already there. And they said, "Yeah, will you mind doing this commercial?" And we shot for 5 days, a commercial a day. Yeah.
First time you ever worked with a horse?
Yeah.
Never?
Yeah, no, I've rode horses growing up, but it is actually pretty scary to be working with horses on the beach barefoot.
There's some landmines around?
Well, no, you just don't want to get stepped on.
No, that's true too.
And the thing is, it's uneven for them to be walking because it's kind of, you're walking on a beach that's sort of slanted. So, sometimes they would trip.
Yeah,
we had 2 horses. Yeah, so I was always like trying to stay really far away, but you could kind of tell in some shots, they're like, get closer to the horse. I'm like, you guys aren't barefoot standing next to him.
Yeah, that's right. That's why horses don't, they don't run the Kentucky Derby on a beach for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look, thanks for coming on. Please come back. Please come back whenever you want to promote anything. Project Runway Junior is tomorrow night at 9 Eastern Time. Good luck with this show and come back whenever you wish.
Thank you so much.
And I am, as you heard before, a Michigan Wolverine and a diehard Yankee fan. If you happen to know anybody in your life who has the similar interests, please say hello to that person.
Oh, okay,
I
will.
If you just happen, I'm just throwing it out there. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Hannah Davis here on The Rich Eisen Show. We are back with more in a moment. Brockman, out.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.